So based on some of these new molecules, any sort of thoughts about therapeutic intervention, ideas about new pathways that we might be able to target from a therapy perspective?
I really hope so, Rob, because I don't know, we were discussing with Wiley regarding the CRH receptor antagonists at that time, but systemically given, they have systemic and local. So what is important for these local factors, in my mind, we discussed with Bill at dinner last night, is to have a local delivery of molecules, because otherwise you have an impact also on the systemic system. Even on neurogenesis, for example, which is neuroangiogenesis, which is a very important factor for pain, we are really looking forward to have some small molecules or these co-modulators which can be modulating separately the effect of these molecules, because the systemic administration seems to be very difficult. Please. Tony.
Thank you. That was a wonderful presentation, Felice. What is the purpose of the peripheral production of CRH, and what is its target? What does it do?
Sure. No, the reason why, I really don't know, because in the fertile women, if you block the receptor of CRH, you block the decidualization. So interferes with progesterone-related mechanism. There is part of the pathway. So could be related to one of those mechanisms which are multiple genetic. Which is the target, again, is the prostaglandin. We have evidence on COX-2 expression. And probably what we are working on is on neurogenesis too, because this could be another possible inflammatory mechanism mediated.
So Felice, it might be hard to do this in humans with the A-stressin B, but what about giving it to non-human primates and that have endometriosis and looking and seeing what happens? Because they get something akin to the affective disorder as well as have the peripheral disorder. It would be great to have something to give in addition to sex steroids.
The only model, I agree with you, Sarah, primate is the only model which can be mimicking the human situation, because on monkey or rat, every endometriotic lesion you create, every drug is working. So the mechanisms are completely different. For monkey, I agree with you. The discussion is, we have some publication from Portland, Belgium, on discussing on the model of monkeys. Still absolutely a good idea to work on. It's very expensive, but some of these centers are really, I think, will be open to discuss this situation. Also in Wake Forest. Would be my dream to come to Wake Forest once. You invited me several times, I have to admit.
Felice, provided that early diagnosis of endometriosis is of paramount importance, is there any inflammatory marker that can help us to diagnose early endometriosis or not?
It's a very good question, Antonio. You know that Carlos Simone, the group of experts, they are working on markers, biomarkers for many diseases, infertility, and also for endometriosis. There is a large interest to detect early in the blood some of these inflammatory markers and say, oh, you are at risk of endometriosis. Since now all the publication, even on human reproduction update, they fail to show any significant.
But you accept the papers.
Those are the papers. We hope to receive a good papers showing probably first on fertility, and then we will review later. Early.
Okay, thank you very much.
Absolutely.